let's start. I think, I'm sure all of you are, all of you like to hear stories. It could be any kind of a story. It could also be a gossip. Sometimes even gossips are stories. So, a friend of mine was he's a very famous writer, and he shared some experiences. A writer and let me say a critic. Now, the story goes like this. This is what he shared with me. One day, there was a lady by name Mrs. Salman. Now, Mrs. Salman couldn't sleep that night. She didn't know why, but she just couldn't sleep. She tossed and turned in her bed. Somehow she couldn't sleep. She said, okay, let me have a glass of water. She got up and she just took a glass of water, went near the window, and she was drinking water. And from the window, she could see street lights in front of her house. And the street lights gave her some light to see what was happening on the road. She saw a man throw something into the bushes. She saw him. She was wondering who it is. The person who threw something looked at her. And from that street light, she could see his face. It was so grotesque. Something which she could never forget. Those eyes, those bulging eyes. That bulging forehead. And his hair peculiarly started a little after the forehead. And she just saw him and moved away from the window. She went back to sleep, but she couldn't sleep. The next day, in the morning, she heard that her neighbor, Mrs. Parker, was murdered. Right? She kind of felt maybe she saw the person who killed Mrs. Parker. Right? Now, the police came. They started investigating. They were going up and down the road, asking questions, getting a lot of opinions from people, putting two and two together. They came to Mrs. Salman's house. And they asked her, have you seen anything unusual? She said, yes. You know what happened? Last night I couldn't sleep. Now she was an elderly lady. And she was so keen, she was so eager to share her restlessness during the night. What happened? So she went, she told the police that, no, I couldn't sleep. I went near the window, I was having a glass of water. I saw this man throw something in the bush. They quickly went back to the bush, the police, and they retrieved a gun. Right? And not only was there a gun, there was also an axe. Something where you cut wood, an axe. So they retrieved the weapon. Then they told Mrs. Salman, did you know Mrs. Parker? She said, no, I didn't know her, but I used to see her in the morning. She would go for a walk and also to buy her grocery. So I just know her, that's it. The next day, she got a letter from the court saying that she has to appear in the court, as she was a main witness. She went to the court. The court was packed. That case had become so popular because it was a very violent and elderly lady like Mrs. Parker, and for no reason she was slaughtered to death. Poor lady. And it was there in the news everywhere. So the courtroom was packed with people. Mrs. Salmon went there. She was called and she was made to stand in the box, witness box. They asked her questions. The lawyer, the defense lawyer, and both side lawyers, they were asking a series of questions. Now the lawyer asked her, not the defense lawyer, the prosecution first lawyer, asked her, Mrs. Salman, are you very sure you saw that man there, standing there in the box? Was it the same man you saw? She looked at him, she said, yes, I can't forget that face. It is him. I know, I saw him. He threw something in the bushes. Are you sure, Mrs. Salmon? Yes, because you can't at that time of the night, you were not wearing the spectacles. No, I know. Okay. Now, did you see him? Or did you see him? And the lawyer pointed at the end of the courtroom hall, another man, and asked Mrs. Salmon, was it that man you saw? When Mrs. Salmon saw that man, she was shocked. It was the same man, exactly the same, looking the same. He was his twin brother. Right? So she didn't know. She looks at him and she looks at the end of the courtroom. She didn't know. Then she was dumb, actually. She was just dumbfounded. So the jury and the judge decided to leave this man free because there was no witness, nothing, and no one who had seen him anywhere, and so no proper evidence, so he was let go. So now that particular court had two entrances. One was the main door and the other one was in the side. So people while entering, they were entering from the main door, and while going out, they were sent through the side door. So when everything was over, all of them were in a rush to move out. And as they were going out, there was a rush, pushing and all that. Mrs. Salmon was also going out. And as they went out, the twin brothers were also moving out. They were talking something very busy, heated argument. And as they were going, one of them moved a little ahead. As two are talking, one goes a little ahead, forward. From that side of the road, there was a truck which was, it came fast, it was driving fast, the driver. It came so fast, it hit one of the brothers, and the brother just on the spot died. All the people, they came and they surrounded them. What happened? So one twin brother saw his, the one lying down, and looked at Mrs. Salmon with such anger. Oh, she didn't know who died. Was it the man who she saw? Or was it the innocent one? Now, just imagine If you were in Mrs. Salmon's place, would you be able to sleep that night? Right? So this is called a kind of a divine vengeance. Right? So this short story which I'm sharing was a friend of mine who studied in a place called Shantiniketan, which you are all very familiar, I think, in Bengal. Yeah. She told me the story because in Shantiniketan, there was a famous director, a writer by name Satyajit Ray. He used to visit Shantiniketan and he shared this experience. So that's how it reached me. So I thought I would share it with you. Thank you.